Welcome back to One More Ridge podcast. I'm your host, Brad Foster, and today we'll be talking about elk and deer hunting in the great state of Montana. For residents of Montana, this is fantastic. If you haven't started to get into elk hunting or deer hunting, you are missing out. I will break down this state by non-residents versus residents, adults versus youth. So we'll just jump in it. To apply right away, you have to buy a base hunting license. For a resident, it is $10 for both adults and youth. For non-residents, it's $15 for both adult and youth. You also have to buy a conservation stamp. For adult residents, $8. Adult non-resident is $10. Youth resident is $4. Non-resident youth is $10. So that gets you in the door, so you're ready to apply for these species. Okay, one great thing about non-residents in Montana is they do a combo tag. It's a general tag for elk and deer. The combo tag is $1,242, and you get to hunt both elk and deer with that price. To me, that's a pretty good deal if you break it down for each species, because for a non-resident elk tag, it's $1,000 or $1,048. For a deer, it's $724. So right there, you're over $1,700 if you try to do it separate. They do a combo, which it makes it only $1,242, which is fantastic. But here's the kicker. For residents, this is where you guys are like the golden child of every friendship, relationship, whatever. Because for a resident elk tag for adults, it's $20. Youth is $10. That's for elk. For deer, resident youth tag or resident adult tag is $16. A youth tag is $8. What is going on? If you could tell me to go on a time machine to go back when you're 18, I would do three things. I would A, invest in a lot of stocks. 2, I would get into a trade of some sort, either electrical, HVAC, anything like that, plumbing. And 3, I would move into Montana, buy some land, live up in Montana, because having a resident elk tag for $20 is unheard of. You were just hearing the news about all these non-residents, like Utah, for instance, just up their prices, mamma jamma. Montana, you're awesome. Keep doing it with $20 for an elk tag. That's fantastic. So resident tag, if you're a resident in Montana, you need to apply for elk and deer. Application date's coming up April 1st, April Fool's Day. Don't let it fool you here. Okay, you do a $10 for your base license fee. You do your $8 for your conservation stamp, $18, plus your $20 for your license. You're in at $38, and you get to go chase some great elk up there in Montana. And Montana's really cool how they do the seasons, because you can do buy an archery permit, and you can hunt all of September with your archery permit. And if you don't get an elk, you can switch that over to whatever rifle season that is. There are some general areas that go all the way through December. Like, if you are a dedicated hunter and you just want to go hunting constantly, if you're a Montana resident, you can go from, I think it starts at the end of August, but September, October, November, and December to go chase elk. That's like the dream, to be able to hunt that long. Your wife might not be happy, your significant other might not be happy, but if you could hunt constantly for 4 months, whew, man, you got my vote. So Montana residents, get out there, apply for tags, go hunting. Elk and deer, they're due April 1st. Get out there in the woods. It's a great state if you're just learning how to hunt. No matter what weapon that you choose, fantastic. Just pick up a weapon, go in the mountains, buy a tag. Elk, deer, whitetail, mule deer, all of it. It's great. I'll jump in later on and we'll talk about the other species like moose and sheep and bison. But for right now, we're just going to talk about elk and deer. Like I said, create the username, buy your base license, buy your conservation stamp, apply. Non-residents, $12.42 for your elk deer combo. That's a good price for 2 species there. Residents, $20 for elk, $16 for deer. Youth is $10 for residents, for elk, $8 for deer. $18 to take your kids hunting. Like, that's unheard of. Like, make them fall in love with the outdoors. There's lots to offer up there, especially Montana. It's beautiful. Just go out there, climb that one more ridge, hit us up with questions. We got One More Ridge Podcast at Gmail, or on Instagram, _ridge. Send out some cool reels, hit us with questions. Find us on TikTok, One More Ridge. Let us know how we're doing. And just go one more ridge. Thanks, guys.